Oyepa News.
Ya transforme mu semo ensaka na yede eba twedi akwada Roma wode ene de fo so ache jenso se high Europa 100.7 FM Promise 102.7 Promise TV de bedima kutribie ene se headmistress ya wo Ola Senior High School kanya se no wo ahafo wode atudwasa ampa sika bi yede ba yeso mo mfa school no ho bra no ebi wo no mo a enye nyina ene wo se wode ye de wo so wode ye
na energy minister Yewra John Jinapon so de atudwasa dumso no a ekoso no enye akosombo na ehye ye nko na mom ECG transformers ni bi nso aye dada
na ne ye beto asonso nsɛmfoforo mu na tifie bi no BC nso no ba so na enkwada ne bi hɔ no mu a ɔmakyekyɛ ne ma bi de ama wɔn titiri empaboa afutuo akɔ de ama wɔn
na technical advisor Emma education minister Professor George Kweku Toku de atudwase aban no de ne pegu akwa mu se na be ya infrastructure hodo aye hia ewo school to aso no won setime aka
boshe ba na efre wa no pe kire se bra ba jinkane ya boshe electricals de bia no ya de di adanse ya de kirewo on se ye de de atu ebo ase abrande ne kama inti star bosh no pa se tutum ebepie mo boshe electricals abi bia no anwo pe no ubenya nkane anso so chandelier yi ya ba yi a ubekọ ba bia fe ni nyina bi egu ha no mo a ye tu ebo ase na wabaji no bobru do twa na de akro kodu dwuma nti contractor se obi de contract ama wo se bra betoto ne ma de a adum ha no ye kanfo bosheba ewo ahaya we repadem ene de ama wo se bra na ye nsomo ye butu aha ye bosheba plaza ha anti attack for dine mu so wonsa ebeka ye na afi wotoa so edu pizza da foforo no a eni kejiti Dubai edi hwere mu so ho so ye wo ho 03220 30838 03220 308 0536 na yeni enkomo
mede de gansa kati amite nkura wokonji abo okran mene
krobia asante
ebusuan kase bo no emu nkyeremu enie wosoafo ohwe ahoɔdenie ensam eso Yewra John Abdullahi Jinapo edi atu dwase dumso no a ekoso no ewom se akosombo dam no baabi wo hɔ no mo a ahye na ebom enya no nko anam so a dumso no aba wo kyerem ese Ghana transformers no bebre no anyinyini kyeresa aye dada eno ka ho bi ana kanea no aye prefon nanso mpanisi de jawane ya de aso awo ntimpanfo ye ho adwuma se na be ya transformers a aye dada ne nyina no ye besesa no ye de foforo esi anamu.
Many transformers across the country are becoming obsolete and overstretched due to increasing demand and years of underinvestment. In about 10 years, our demand has doubled. In fact, when you look at the record, it has more than doubled. What it means is that we have to increasingly invest in the sector. But due to underinvestment over the years, this has resulted in overloads, low voltages, and recurring outages. Government is addressing this issue head-on by implementing a nationwide transformer upgrade and replacement program. As an immediate intervention, this month alone, we have installed almost 200 transformers. This week, we intend to deploy another 140 of these transformers.
Na ebusunya enu achi na wo kire mu se wo hwe ECG won mo expenditure no a wo hwe 2024 no a na 9.3 billion Ghana cedis. Nanso 2025 eswate ababegina 1.8 billion Ghana cedis.
We brought discipline in the distribution sector, culminating in increased revenue collection and, more importantly, a very disciplined expenditure framework for ECG and NEDCO. Whilst in 2024, ECG spent about 9.3 billion. This year, ECG spending 1.8 billion through efficiency, but spending that amount on critical infrastructure. And everybody can attest to that fact. Last year alone, we restored the partial risk guarantee from the World Bank, which had been depleted, $500 million. We paid over 1.4 billion energy sector debt, restoring confidence in the sector and ensuring that we deliver reliable power to the people of Ghana.
Ebusuani ayeti yeyi eye mrase bedwani a wote akonya so ewo yape kusogu na woye woswafo a wohwe anyina mahoden ensam eso Yewra Abdullahi John Jinapo.
Madam Adongo ono ena akwakoba so kupie mu ewo yi sa Public Accounts Committee enim ewu Kumasi abonten so anomo ono na oye headmistress eda Ola Senior High School no Kenya ase eno no half man temu na Madam Beatrice Adongo ko ye no ene ebisa ne se sika do ye de ba ye so mfa mu sukuu no ho ebra ye 682,000 no eba ne sei ena eso ete ye se we mu be se 357,000 pe ena we use ye ene wo chire mu se ampa sika ne de ene ye ebi wono mu a efa baabi na emum no eno so ne fa baabi no wo de bo sukuu no so ho ebra enti ni nchechire mu wo de ba ene wo de atomu se ampa ene odifo eno nti se efo no wa wadi eni de ene ene chese wa bepie mu public account committee no animu no na wo chirichiri mu e de ama wone na ebra wo bo so aba na wo to aso no ni nchire mu ni.
Madam, why you misapplied funds meant for the feeding of the students for other operational items, but for yours what you misapplied was more than what you spent on feeding the students?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Just as my colleagues explained, we admit that it is not the right thing to do, and so we are not justified in any explanations we may give, but we needed to have the school running.
Yes, but you needed to have the school running, but the monies you spent on other things, you're giving a total of 682,000 Ghana cedis. You spent 357,000 Ghana cedis doing other things not meant for feeding the students, and rather used just 324 to feed the students. Madam, I understand you saying that you need it, but why should you spend more on items that the monies are not supposed to be used for? And
entina eno no Madam Beatrice Adongo na so ayehye saa no wono no Ola Senior High School wada no se ye disika ba ye mfa mankwada na wamfa no anuanuani ni a sukuu no so hu ene se ye disika ni bi akwa akogura ba bi se ye di kokowura eno na wote ye se dwam training e de ma public account committee ya eno no eye honorable Abena Osei Asare no wototo maame no ano no nti na nani abre pa na ne ntoaso no ene wo ma wo mokoko se enye ehonko se Ola Senior High School na emum si yehwe a sukuu mako be se enum bi ho so so o mahunu se wo musika e de ma wo mo se yemfa no anuanuane e ma enkwada no ebi ro no afa nkwantanan enye de wo se ye de ye ene de ye.
And please, let's desist from that. The students are supposed to be fed with these monies. Prior to this, how were you managing? You were using other means to take care of operations. And then, Honorable Deputy Director General, please, by this, you have sat with us, and 5 schools were cited for this, and they all claim that their recurrent expenditure funds does not come in early. That is not the reason why they should misapply funds. But then we are asking you to impress upon the Minister of Education, the Minister of Finance, to make sure these monies are released so that they it prevents them from taking monies meant to feed students. That notwithstanding, you are not supposed to misapply funds. Respect.
Entina eno no busia eze na kuma chicho mi na gumu na kama Honorable Abena Osei Asare ana moten wenka no wono na public account committee ye chese won matintim maza bonten so ano oye dwem training ndi kofogu so ya wo mu yi wo nsem ano
miento anopa no si akase ebo no so na yeda so a ejine mu ewo nsem no emu a na technical advisor Emma Education Minister Professor George Kweku Toku Odro wadi atodwa se aban nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bia se na bɛyɛ infrastructure ahodoɔ a yehia ewo schools yapon mo no aban betimi de ama wonom ama nwomasuane adekyerɛ nso atimi akɔ enkane wo kyerɛ mu a aban no enam Education Minister no so ede nhyehyɛ ahodoɔ pii no a eba ebi social intervention programs a ebi ene se wo mo ase bi edidem ewo nipadua mo no wo benya kwanya akosuapon wabra wontua taku anasa sempoa na afei krampo no wo behwe na afei niema hodo ebetimi aboa se bia school fees kura hotua na ebia nkoye mfifire tie ne ade ne nyina nso aban ne guso a wo ye adwuma wo de sansem wo nyina todwa wo bra na Uniba asuafo mako empem nson ahankoro ane aduonum baako na wonom graduate ebi kita degree ane diploma hodo ana mepacho de sansem wo yi atu edwa.
Chancellor, let me clarify that the ministry's prioritization of foundational learning does not mean a neglect of secondary and tertiary education. Government will continue to invest in its social interventions such as the no free stress and free tertiary education for persons with disabilities, and through the GET funds and partnership support, sustained investment initiatives towards addressing both physical and digital infrastructure challenges facing tertiary institutions.
Na Professor Wamfanso Honomwa, what was so chiremu? Okay, when you cry a Vice Chancellor, Emma University of Education, Winneba. One also Ekasai, a Professor Stephen Jobson, and a Wichiremu, a say, Suapon Bekoswa Abo Modern, Senabeya, or de one. Esuya deɛ akwankane abene ebebe wiase na timi aboa na ɔha hodo wiase ɛnam no ɛmɔfra timi de sanim deɛ no atimi asoɔfo afiri hɔ afei nso wɔbɔ aban no aba so sɛ wama wɔnom slot makomako mpem mienu sɛ yɛmfa ntete asuafoɔ no ɛwɔ coding emu.
The Ministry of Education is highly appreciative of government's continued support for public universities in strengthening governance, expanding infrastructure, and advancing digitalization and reinforcing quality assurance across the tertiary sector. And like I indicated yesterday, recently about a week back, we were giving about 2,000 slots for our students to be trained in coding.
And here a Vice Chancellor, Emma University of Education, Winneba. Professor Stephen Jobson, Anna Yetenin Kane. Na ne kura mono Anna Chancellor, Emma Suapono, Neyi Gate, wano a otoso enson. Woye oman he ewo afutu na nanomo atran konwa. Wode atosu Suapono anim se, enya se wotete nkwada ne keke. Na mmom, wontete enkwada obebe wiase na ewiase hawo. Watimi asolve amayen.
This moment also calls for reflection within the University of Education, Winneba. We must move beyond the traditional mandate of producing graduates. We must become a problem-solving institution, one that aligns teaching, research, and engagement with the real needs of society.
Chancellor Emma Suapono, Nenyi Gate, our Tosso, and so nene aniati.
Na abadiacha otoso mienu Emma Domkumano hwe atantene meche second deputy minority chief whip onukura yi mrahye bedwani woja gbawe ne nipa Honorable Jerry Ahmed ena wose nhwe no a nkwada ne kwa akotwe BC no se bi kusa bi anyado ontimi fo na nsi fom nti wakoche empabo yi bi ene ye maye no mai mu a sa slippers bi e dia ma adusuafo nkwada no se wonhye na kane MC no no nso so owo woja gbawe Honorable Michael Adidankwa no ho ene wose nti se du so yi a ekoso yi aban onim se ebe ha nkwada no adusua na kwada no anwumre ye wo so wotena se no osua de okofa kan ya wo himpo no de asua so awuno nti wo hwe safa no msupa
ye next week ya any starting for him na ye be hwa they said dum so na aba no kan ya dum dum em say bro 2013 14 de no so it me ma be 1 hour na sen ko off ni e mesra aban ni say ye nkwala yi wo just na watch pen no match from exams ya just said dia chen say omwaye na ka pay won pen mu de ye man kan ni nyaso na kwan timi sua de no mo pass from exams so mo exams ni we plan so person dum na eni do obi aka no hwe won no pro man won no pro resources no and your pen wo de ye
entira no wapani Michael Adidankwa na motene kana no ye MC ewo weja gbawe na enkwada no nso so eches wo mani asopa o mdo so mpabo ne de abre wo mo no sabieku o menye bi ahye
mujina ne de su enam nas ene uniform mujina ne mu ma honorable Jerry Ahmed me sa so da na se in the so so ma mpabo we no it ebe ma nkwala bi benya de se bi si no mo beto mo be pass ena agency me dana school ye na mujina school na ne mu dana se
ene na eno no 100.7 FM show eni anopai na ye ka was Promise 102.7 so edem na Promise TV afi ensen foforo
miento akase ebo no so na yenko enkranmantam no emuen na adwadifo nkabom ku a wonomo ewo enkran association no wonomo dwemtre na se president eye Messi na Afrowa Nijan wode ato Ghana fo anim se mo betode na se yema mo nsesa no a yempe kwense no ayeye wo se saade ne ka ho bi anama eniema boy den ama sid na ho den ekofom no wo kire mu akwense nso eyesika obi o hon mo a wabeto ade na wo ma ne sesa no wo se me mpekwense na wo mpekwense ne mfa ma hwan wo kasa na wo kirem se ho behia se commercial banks no won mo beso de free condition mu na won mo abadwadefo no ho wo dwam ho na banking services no so akoso wo free se mo betena se na se dwadini no aton ade awie na so wantimi ama bank ho no mo a sekanda no chan wo de yedan wo se eba na se aga na sikasem so ebetima agina yie.
We want to tell Ghanaian public, please, Governor of Bank of Ghana, the coins are still in existence because it's the coins that they are removing out of the system that is adding up to some things. Because if they say ice water is 30 pesos, where will you get the change? If they say it's 50, how? So presently, from 50 pesos, if you don't take care, they will add another fee, which is 100% increase. So if the coins is in existence, the person knows that if it is 40 pesos and I sell it 40, I will get coins.
Enti moa ye mamokwense ya mo se mo mpekwense no mo nsam ne eka no nti ye mamokwense na ya amonye firisa no nso legal tender eka Ghana sika no ho kwense sika na eno achi no ana wo kire mu ese se sidi no egina na se nyana ho ode a eboa ema edwade enso timi koso na sesi ababia Ghana gina no edwadefo no wo mo ni aso papa firisa sidi no egina pintin.
Sidi is now stable. So we are happy because formally, if you come to the market, you have to leave your goods, go running searching for goods. Because if you have a box of milk at 20 cedis and you don't buy 30 or 40, by the time you go back about 30 minutes time, it will be 40 cedis.
Ebusuafoni ayeti ye aye president Emma Greater Accra Market Association. Messi na Afrowa ni Jan nene anete ye no
akwamu hene ya wo twefo na matankonyansa aseso onukuro yo hene e wo twefo bepobin na ekasa yi wo kire se ensem ha na okosa barima kwasama awere ya wo toso mienu se empatemo network nye be hello sa na babi awiase adura ni bia bayi wo phone se sisuwa ni se sisuwa untimi mfanye ko untimi mfanye hwe mfa mbrazo nye hwe na kwan kura de gyae wo se akwan mo nam zo no timu amu hwe TV ni de ni bia ne se de mo hwe no kwan basa enye ni nsemi
Fubi problem de ye wo how papa how ni wo di kan wo ye network onye mra omo betu aba no omo di ni post ni be gu ma ye ma community bafo be sisi ma betutu amura no contract be di ma ye bibia ma na ye di amotwe ye tan ya contract no baba ye mra betu aba ni ye ya da de ni di ku ya sha obi ani wo baba ye ku bibia biem mesre aban ye papa mahama ye make so biti na supreme maye buaye ma ye kwan wonye network no so wonye se
ngoyi enji nana wie ye ene o manfo so mbeka akra isan se dom kra de sei ehia wo titru ye network no network ni nyenyenyenyenyen na network so nya wo be de kra ni mrimu akotra battery adi udwuma bi ese fata
ye na network e fe ya call se mu de ye bra papa ka wo ekura pentu fo be problem on common here tata wo kan dem secret code na na egu abonten se e kasa kira ban se omoaye ye network se mu pa
na ya kwai ene network ye bigire hay you say this empo furudua ye ma ye me de ma furudua se me ma wa brochire ntimi no obi akasa se me no obi bet ma akasa e se mtuko akọ tufu praso
ubetimi no obi akasa so tukwan phone so no na ne kwakwa mu no opani Isaac Yosin ene ye DC ewo twifu atimokwa en wasi MP ni guso wo pani Bondi wosu guso ya wo ye de betumi bia se be ya network no e betumi agina so
bala network ya sitting in the parliament David Bondi eka committee no na wo hwe afimo anamo a papa etua na eni so ema tufuatu kwa mai communities are minimum at that table so no sai jimako abwa
ene na eno no ntia ne monko na monye network ne ho adwuma emfa ema woni abusua na ye de sini aso akwa ma Republic Fashion OBS atu aso no nsia pon se maduenu pepepepepepe jime clip ye ne nam wabo ano kama esemfo de ono ene Korea control mfo so ye da mo ase ene anope ne eye brada ufosu de toso aduenu enwotwe pepepepepe mdi ko bia sante minimia
gangster cat ya meeting kura wo ko giabo okra ne ye be so akwa na emom sha ne so se Promise Broadcasting Limited, Oyeripa FM TV, Promise FM TV. Yede Oyeripa Security Games 2026. Yede eba. Nyame ya adoma memene da ebe ampaya ebedwa. Bambo ejina tukuo ni nyina no. Womo be wuro uniform na go ahye jesi atiesi park so a eni krika pam. Ghana Prison Service eka ho, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Police Service, Ghana Armed Forces memama ana Ghana Custom Division Service, Ghana Fire Service, women in Akahobia. Na special guest no, IGP, Yera, Christian Tete Yohono. Na sponsors, and sponsor, okay. The nation's doctor, Dr. Edu Jenfido.